Good day, viewers, and welcome to another broadcast of Global Impact Theory. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the author of several books. And I humbly bring this unique program to you, and I trust that you enjoy it. I want to ask you to share this information within your network, to subscribe to this podcast, and I trust that you truly enjoy the message. Last week, I introduced you to a new concept, and that concept is called marketing psychology. In the introduction of this program, you learn about marketing psychology, you learn about the art of the sale, and you learn about business to business market. Our mission is to provide you a content of information that will literally accelerate your growth in business. But of course, the objective here is simply to whet your appetite, is to give you short bits of information that you can almost use instantly to move your operation forward. Last week, you learned what is the art of the sale. You learned what is the sales motive. Did we learn that there is two motives in making the sale? And you learn motive one is for you to understand the sales intention value traits. You also understand what is the sales expectations value trait. These are fundamental informations for you to have when developing your business. Whether your business is small, medium sized, or large, this information is applicable to helping your business to create visibility, to create reach, to create impact, to create a credibility and a faster rate of conversion. So very soon we're going to be going live on Zoom, and so you can log in to get the full content of the program. However, today we're going to talk about building the sales funnel. And again, whether you have a small, a large, or medium sized business, building the sales funnel and the sales pipeline is so important to growing your business. And again, our mission at Global Brand Marketing is to provide you a content of information that will simplify some of the challenges that you're going to have in business, almost eliminate them. You will have challenges, but our mission is to make it as easy as possible for you, especially when you come into our system and we're giving you that hands-on support to move your business from stage A all the way up to the developmental process of your business. Now, building a sales funnel is fundamental. A sales funnel gives you an opportunity to understand your demographic. And beyond understanding your demographic, it gives you the opportunity to develop a connection with your demographic. That connection can be leveraged for multiple different reasons. So, in looking at building the sales funnel or building the sales pipeline, I want to begin by looking at some of the benefits in building that sales pipeline. And the first benefit is it allows you to connect with your demographic. Now, connecting with your demographic is not a subject matter to be taken lightly in business. Connecting with your demographic is beyond making the sale, because when you connect with your demographic is where you start now to understand what are their needs and their wants and their expectations, what are their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations. And in understanding this, it puts you in a better position of strength to leverage your brand from that position of strength to influence desired and positive demographic response. So the connecting with your demographic is fundamental, and the sales funnel allows you to do that. As we go into this program, I will certainly give you a critical example that will help you to understand how you can start your sales funnel. And if you need assistance with that, you can certainly call Global Branding and Marketing, reach out to Global Branding and Marketing, and we will be totally willing to help you. So the first benefit, it allows you to connect with your target market. The second benefit, it allows you to develop what we call the sales referral strategy. What exactly do I mean by this? You see, when you develop a tight knit relationship with your target audience, with your market, and you're able to build visibility, you're able to build trust, you're able to build credibility, they are willing to refer you to their family members, to their friends, to their associates. So this is another benefit that you're likely to get. In business and in marketing in particular, they say one of the best sales is to get referrals. Why? Because in the referrals, what it means is that consumers would have already consumed your product. Consumers already have a sense of the value of your product. And once they are willing to make that referral, that stands out as an element of confidence in your brand, a confidence in your product, and a confidence in your service that's quickly and easily convince others to respond to your brand. So this is another benefit that you can get in building the sales funnel. Quickly, I want to say this also, that the third element that we're going to look at in building your sales funnel or your sales pipeline is that it allows you to build visibility, to build reach, to create impact, to build credibility, and certainly achieve a faster rate of customer and sales conversion. And all of these headings will take some time for me to get into them. But just let me give you a quick example. Visibility and reach. Let us take, for example, that you have 100-person in your sales funnel. Because the fact that this number of person trusts your brand, you can simply ask your funnel to refer the brand to one person. So if you have 100 members in your brand and each member is calling a uncle, an aunt, or a cousin to refer the brand to them, it simply means that you instantly get access to 200 persons. That can come up to 300 persons or 400 persons. It depends on how you leverage the brand and motivate your sales funnel to support your sales strategy. Again, and we will talk a little bit more about that, if your sales intention value trait is good and attractive enough, you can almost get people to do anything in the line of normality. I must say that point. So we'll talk some more about the sales intention value trait and how you can also leverage that in motivating the referral incentive initiative. I want to say one other thing under the heading of benefits, and that is your brand must have a strong brand image. Do not just get into business for the sake of getting into business. Your sales intention value trait must be so strong that it motivates desired public response to your product, because your mission is to add value. And For you to understand some more of what I'm talking about in terms of the sales intention value trait, you need to look back at the last program that I did. I talk a lot about in marketing, in branding, it's important for you to allow the sales intention value straight to stand out much stronger than your sales expectations value trait. I'm not going to get into that today, but look back at the previous program to get this information to truly understand what I'm talking about. Now, I want to attempt to talk about a subject, and that is the sales funnel sustainability. Is it possible for us to build a sales funnel that is sustainable? When you build a business, you want to build a business that is sustainable. Um, that should be the probably the primary expectations in doing a business. You don't want to start today and stop tomorrow. You're building a business to leave a legacy, all right, to create impact. So you want it to last for a lifetime. You want it to be sustainable. Can we build a sales funnel that literally ties into that vision? Can a sales funnel, can the sales pipeline be sustainable? In a ever-changing market, a dynamic market, a competitive environment, the sustainability of your business is the sustainability of your sales funnel, where largely depends on your marketing systems. It depends largely on how well you're investing your time, your talent, and your researches to understand your demographic. And in understanding your demographic, you're allowing your corporate culture, your corporate branding culture, your corporate innovative culture, your corporate sales culture to be aligned to the changing social and economic trends in the market. Because the change that's taking place in the market is not only cultural and social changes, you have economic changes, you have technological changes, you have political changes that is taking place in the market. And in doing business, you have to ensure that you're aware of these changes, the impact that they can have on your business, and you need to change your corporate culture in alignment with the changes that is taking place. If not, you'll be left in the Stone Age, you'll become irrelevant, you'll be boxed in, squeezed together, and pushed out of the market. And that's the last thing that you want to do in doing business. You want to be proactive, and the objective of this program is to ensure that you're at the peak point of being proactive with the information that we are bringing to you. So, the sustainability of your sales funnel or your sales pipeline largely would depend on your flexibility, your ability to innovate and diversify and integrate your creative thought processes that comes out in the form of innovation into the market. So these are things you have to constantly invest your time, your talent, and your resources to do. Another quick advice here in terms of the building sustainable sales funnel, you have to build the sales funnel in such a way that it has transferability of the value added traits. And what exactly do I mean by transferability? Very often when you build a sales funnel, and of course the way I'm going to present sales funnels is going to be different than what you see in the traditional YouTube programs and the perhaps Facebook programs. I want to bring to you very strong practical systems in building that sales funnel. So I'm going to use a completely different approach, but I'm going to use an approach that is effective. We are currently on the ground implementing some of these systems that we are talking about with you. The transferability. Again, sometimes you build a sales funnel or attempting to build a sales funnel, and the benefit begins and ends with the individual in the sales funnel. It's only transferable to the individual in the sales funnel. But in understanding the demographic, and this is one of the reasons why we keep emphasizing market intelligence is so important to manage a successful business. In understanding your demographic, their needs, wants, and expectations, their lifestyle, culture, and social class, and groups and reference groups, the reason you're investing to understand your demographic is because you want to be in the know. You want to know if they perhaps have children and what are their commitment to those children, academic aspirations and social aspirations, and you need to be in the know because it's only by being in the know you're in that informed position to make an informed and educated decision of the best practices, the best strategies that you can use to influence your target market results. And you don't want to influence them from a standpoint of exploitation. You want to influence your demographic from a standpoint of intentionally wanting to add value. So here is where you again will apply your sales intention value traits. You need to know what is your sales intention value traits and constantly apply it. We'll talk some more about that shortly. So for a quick example, let us suppose that you have key clientele base. They're getting cash discount as a direct benefit for being a part of the funnel. They're getting access, first-hand access to information for being a part of that funnel. They may be able to also get additional cash incentives, but that's where they're benefiting from, direct. Let's look at the transferability. Your client has children. How possible it is for you to now look at a partial scholarship or a full scholarship for that funnel member? What impact is that going to have? Good. So these are some ideas that you can use to influence and to add value to the lives of those people who are in your funnel. Of course, at Global Branded Marketing, we use a lot of non-conventional methods, which are effective methods also, and not necessarily sticking to systems and tradition that is perhaps over 100 years old and is not delivering the results that you would expect it to deliver. So that's the one example in which you can use. But as you come into the program, and very soon I'm going to start advertising the program on Zoom and other platform where we will have longer, in-depth training sessions uh, for you to grow your business in a sustainable and successful manner. So, moving on, demographic specific sales funnel. Again, in building your sales funnel, you want it to be demographic specific. Very often, I have seen young entrepreneurs, young business owners starting an operation and they say, everyone is my target market. That's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. You need to invest time, talent, and resources to understand your target market. You might want to say, I'm targeting females. But again, in the realm of females, you have class structure to look at, you have cultural issues to look at, you have economic determinants of demands factor to look at. And if you're not looking at these things, and if you don't understand these cultural realities in targeting your demographic, you're not doing business. You simply have a business, but you're not doing business. You have a business concept, but you cannot leverage that business concept because the fact that to leverage it, You need to understand your target market. You need to understand their lifestyle and culture and their social class and their groups and reference groups. You need to understand their needs and their wants and their aspirations. You need to understand their dreams and their hopes and their. You need to understand these things. So you have to invest to get that knowledge. And it is this knowledge is which you use to build a funnel that will attract your demographic. So you know that every person in that funnel is preparing for a specific task, and your product, your service, or your brand is the premium go to in helping them to be successful in the task that they're preparing for. Important information for you to get. Again, at Global Brand and Marketing, we are prepared to help you build your systems. And not only build your systems, we will mentor your team and coach your team, and we will give technical support to your team. And what exactly do I mean by technical support to your team? We will be there as a consultancy firm to literally design and help implement the systems in your organization to take your organization to the next stage of development. Having a sales funnel is so, so, so important. The sales funnel, however, must be target market specific, demographic specific. And for it to be target market or demographic specific, you need to know your target market. Moving on, a quick idea that I want to give you here is an approach that you can use in starting your sales funnel is what we call incentivize customer feedback strategy. Now, what exactly do I mean by incentivize customer feedback strategy? In business, information and intelligence gathering is a must. You want to be in the know. You need to use your Salesforce composite method, your jury of executive opinion. You need to get to the ground to get the information necessary that will allow you to make an educated and informed decision in doing business. You can have questionnaires at checkout points as customer comes in. And those questionnaires can be incentivized, meaning that you ask your customer to participate in a survey and you give them an incentive for participating in that survey. So what that survey allows you to do, because naturally it wouldn't happen. Someone comes into your place of business, they take care of business, and in most cases you don't have their telephone number, you don't have their email address, you don't have their WhatsApp contact, you don't have these contacts. And you need these contacts if you're creating a sales funnel or a sales pipeline. You need to have this information. Beyond this information, you need to have a element of the corporate culture that can possibly pull these people together at one point where they can become beneficiaries of the value trait that you want to add to them. As we go on in this program, not today, but as we go on, I will help you to understand some additional innovative things that you can do, either before the sales, during the sales, or after sales, to allow your specific demographic to converge at a particular point where you can now leverage what we call your sales intention value trait to influence their buying the decisions. So coming back to the incentivized sales funnel strategy or customer feedback strategy is where you can use the point of sales to gather information, and you can use multiple other approaches to ensure that you can collect this information. But the mission here, make it beneficiary to the customer to participate in giving you information. This in itself is one of the first steps that you can take to gather information about the likes and dislikes of your target market, um, perhaps disposable income, perhaps immediate needs that are not being met, perhaps future needs. You can design that questionnaire. Perhaps you would need to work with an expert. You can call Global Branding and Marketing to help you in designing that questionnaire to connect with your demographic. Gather that information and put yourself in that position of strength to use and leverage this information to build healthier and stronger relationship with your target market. So this is very, very important. Now, this approach again is it will allow you to gain knowledge of your target market. And again, I cannot emphasize the importance of knowledge. If you're producing a product or a service, you're producing it for people. And the sales intention value trait must line up with the customer expectations of the product or the service that they're going to be consuming. And this is why having that information is so important. One of the reasons that a lot of people struggle in making the sale is largely because you build the product, you build the brand, but you didn't investigate much into understanding if the customer needs this brand. And I'm fully aware that very often the customer does not know entirely um, their needs, wants, and expectations, particularly if you're going to look at the technological field and some of those other fields. You will not be able to gather that kind of information. The customer may not know. They may have to get involved, feel it out, and then be able to make an informed decision after the word of use. But in traditional business, you still need to ensure you have at least a basic understanding of your demographic, lifestyle, culture, social class groups and reference groups, needs, wants, and expectation. It's going to help you to grow your business successfully. Now, when you get this information, the last thing we're going to talk about today is taking that knowledge, put yourself in that know, and leverage the sales motive. Leveraging the sales motive. Now you have invested time to understand your target market needs and wants and expectations. You now have to leverage that information within your target market. And when I say leverage, the sales intention or the sales motive. How do you leverage the motive? Again, there's two motives in making a sale. Motive one is for you to understand what is the sales intention value trait. What value are you adding? What problems are you fixing? Leverage that to your demographic. Let them know I'm here to empower, inspire, to move your operation to another level of development. Make that commitment to make things happen. Deliver above and beyond your customer expectation. Do this consistently, do this every time, and I'm going to guarantee you that your business is going to become successful. Constantly ask yourself, what value are you adding? Know the value that you're adding and leverage that. Ask yourself what problems you're fixing. Know the problems of your demographic and leverage that. You're going to fix the problem. Think last. I'm not saying put it in the back burner, but it's important. But what I've learned, or what I'm going to share with you, is when you add value, and you add value consistently, and you allow that to become your nature, your second nature, your natural nature, to want to add value to your clientele needs, wants, and expectations, automatically your personal expectations are met. Your expectations of maximizing your disposable income, your expectations of growing a successful business, your expectation of integrating your brand regionally and beyond. So I trust that today you enjoy the topic on building your sales funnel. As time progresses, we're going to go deeper into this concept. There's so much more lessons to learn in building the sales concept. I've just begun to scratch the surface here in terms of looking at this content of information. But over the next few weeks, I will be bringing more and more information that will help you to build your brand and to know the techniques that you can use to leverage your brand to bring success to your operation. Again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the author of several books. I want to encourage you to like this page, subscribe to this page, share this page within your network, and I'm looking forward to be with you next week again. Inbox me the page and ask any questions in relation to the subject matter, and I'd be so happy to respond to you.